Hi folks, I've got this lovely vintage Gothic folio for you. It's got a belly band that when you open it up, on the inside you've got a little tuck spot here. I'll take these things out as I go. You've got a ghost pocket here. You've got a design on this folding journal card that opens to reveal a little belly band tuck spot. And then you've got some stacking journaling cards. Now, I love these roses designs here. And then we turn the page. You've got another pocket here. You've got a little pocket down here for one of the small tags. And then on this back flap, you've got another ghost pocket and some more tags. And at the back, you've got, behind the belly band that folds around for the closure, you've got another pocket which has got some more tags in it. Now you can use this in different ways. You could incorporate this into your journal, particularly on the front page of the front inside cover. You could make a pocket for it that was bigger, that had flaps on it, so you could house this in the front of your journal. It's got a bit of depth to it, so you've got more room to print out some more pieces, whether from this particular kit or other bits and bobs of Gothic ephemera that you've got kicking about. And you can incorporate these elements in different ways in your junk journal. You don't have to run with this. You can take all of these bits and bobs. For instance, this could be stuck down as an openable in your journal. You could use these pockets individually in your journal. All sorts of different things that you can do with these various elements. But let's go and have a look at how we put this little folio together. There are 7 pages to the kit and a backing sheet to print on the reverse of all the pages. I'm going to go through them just quickly in order. This is your cover, and there's a couple of tags on that first page. On the second page you get this folding tag and this pocket. Third page you've got 3 nesting journaling cards and a belly band. The fourth page you've got these roses and these 2 pockets. Fifth page you've got matting for the right hand back cover, a couple of tags and this pocket that's going to fit on here. And then on the 6th page you've got 3 journaling cards. This is quite nice actually, because if you get these right and you get them the right way up, I don't know if I have, no, they actually fit together to make this image complete. And then on the 7th page you've got the left hand matting and a pocket, a ghost pocket for the left hand page and 2 tags. So go ahead, cut out, ink up, make folds where you need to make folds, ink up those edges as well, and then you're all prepped and we're ready to go. So we'll start as logically as we can, and I think I'm going to start with this page here. This page, you'll notice, has got corners rounded. Incidentally, these corners are 10mm corners, so if you've got a 10mm corner rounderer, you can just cut these out square and go in with your corner rounderer. Otherwise, do it with scissors. Right, so this pocket here fits beautifully on top. So I'll go ahead and glue that in place. And then turn that over, and this pocket fits nicely on this side over here. Make sure that we're doing that there, and if there's a little bit of excess you need to trim off, you can go ahead and do that. It just allows for the fold in the card, and that depends as well on how thick a card you use. I've got 300 gram here. That's the thickest that will go through my printer. Don't worry if yours is a little less than that, just go with the thickest you've got for a nice sturdy little flip folio. So that's that page we'll set to one side. Now the next page I think I might assemble is this ghost pocket here. Now there are options here. I've designed it so that that will line up nicely with your witch there, and this is to make a little tuck in which those little tags will fit there. If you don't want to do that, I've printed on the reverse of this here. I could have left it white and it would have just folded over. If you want to, you can cut this off and use this tag elsewhere separately. So I think for one, I'll go ahead and make it like this and lose this beautiful stripy design here. I'll glue that section down and glue this ghost pocket in place as well. And set that aside to dry. And this is going to be the right hand matting for the inside of the cover. And again, we've got, if I can find the piece, there it is. We've got this ghost pocket with this little tuck spot here, that's designed to fold over that way and give you a little tuck for one of the small labels, and there's a matching label down there. But this one, I'm going to cut it off because I don't want to lose both of these pretty designs. And one of the things about this little folio kit is you can make the folio with it, as I'm doing here, but as part of your Gothic junk journal, you can adapt these pockets and flaps and flips and tags to actually build into your journal and stick them on your journal pages in various different ways if you want to. And I'm sure there's a lot of people will just run with their own ideas and their own take on this, which is absolutely wonderful. And if you do that, I'd love to see what you come up with. So that's that pocket stuck down, a little ghost pocket there. Set that aside, and now I've got this little piece that I wanted to save. I need a bit more inking on there. And what shall we go about next? So I'm ready to put my matting on the back here with the flip to go over onto the top. Now, because I need to allow for this fold, if you'll see when I fold it, I've got a little bit of excess there. So I think what I'm going to do is glue it all in place and then trim down afterwards. I didn't want to go making those kinds of calculations and adjustments in the design, because yours might come out slightly differently. You might be using thinner card on this. So I thought it best to just do it like this. And then you can just trim down just slightly as you need to at the end. So there's our flip tab stuck on so that you won't see it, so that we now open like this. And I'm going to go ahead and glue this back section down now. And I'm going to glue it so that I can get this piece closed. So I'm going to bear that in mind as I do it. I want this piece to be able to come up at 90 degrees. So I'm going to stick that down. And then when I turn it over, I know that I'm going to have, let's just line that up a little better. I know that I'm going to have this little excess here, and I'm just going to go ahead and trim that off really easily with a pair of scissors, because I've got this back piece as a guide. So I could have made this calculation, but if you're using different thicknesses, etc., different cardstocks, it's best really just to do this afterwards, and it only takes a moment. There we are. That's all nicely lined up now. That's looking really good. I've got an edge here, a corner that hasn't cornered quite nicely. Let's do that. There we are. So there's our flap. And now I need to put this flap on the inside. So I can go ahead and glue that down if I want to, I can leave a secret tuck spot in the side, but I'm not going to here. I want this nice rigidity. And I'll stick this down, doing exactly the same thing. I won't have so much of an issue with this overhang this time because I haven't got this extra thickness of the tab folded under from this flip section. So that's looking pretty good as it is. And this pocket has got flaps on it, so it will take quite a few journaling cards. I've got the 3 journaling cards there and these 3 cards. These are worth another mention actually. If you want to play with these and adapt these in a different way, and you put some sort of hinge mechanism on the back in whatever way you see fit, that would make a really sweet trifold journaling card in your actually stuck in to your junk journal. So they're there for you to play with. They will go in here. And these 3 lovely cards will go in here. And I've got some tags that will go in this section here. I'm filling this up prematurely because I haven't quite finished, but I just do want to see how good this looks. And then I've got these little tags to go in this tuck spot here. And I haven't, of course, used this little tiny one here. Where should I put him? I could put him down there, couldn't I? Actually, that might be quite nice as an addition, or I could pop it down. I don't want to cover this design up really, but she wouldn't mind being covered up there in the corner. I'll do that. I'm going to round off this corner. But like I say, all these little pockets and tags and what have you can be utilised in your journal in many different ways, in whatever ways you can think of. And I know a couple of people who will really probably run with that, and they probably know who they are. I'll stick that little pocket down there. That's a nice little extra there. Now I know that I've allowed quite a nice deep spine there, and I've done that on purpose because this pocket will take quite a bit. For instance, we've got this folding journal card here, and they would actually fit in there. Oh, they fit in there really nicely. There we are. So we've got some depth there. There's still a lot more you can do. You can add other bits and bobs. Now this pocket is really an extra, and it can go on quite nicely here for the sake of using up all the bits and pieces, or you might choose to put this together in a completely different way. That's up to you. The individual elements are made to fit in various different ways, but there is some room for manoeuvre in there. And I hope to, support and encourage your own individual creativity with these kinds of kits and not make them too prescriptive. They can be prescriptive. If this is what you want to do, absolutely fine, run with it exactly the way I've done with it. If you want to take it in your own direction, do that. And do show me the photos because I find it all really exciting. Trim those little bits off. There we are. So I'll go ahead and I'll ink up the little extra edges that I want to ink up. I do love a nice dark ink, and Gothic is the perfect time to indulge that. And I always love what happens on folds as well with inking, because you've damaged those fibres. They just soak up the ink and go extra dark. I really, really like it. There we go. I'll leave that at that. So like I say, I've got some room there, got some wiggle room in there. And what you could also do if you wanted to make this a part of your junk journal, obviously you've got the depth of the spine to contend with, but if you wanted, for instance, on the front inside flap of your journal, if that's nice and sturdy, you could make a pocket out of one of the journal papers, one of the Gothic journal papers, slightly larger, with some tabs on the side, and you could actually make a pocket to house this in. All that's left for me to do now is to make decisions as to what I'm going to do with this belly band. Well, do you know, I might go like that. There's various different ways I could do it. I could just make a straightforward belly band and go all the way around and have it sliding off. but I did want to do something that was fixed. So I could push that down there. Oh, that's exciting actually. If I were to glue this section here, glue it to there, I've still got my flap underneath the belly band. I think I'm going to do that. And then I'll bring this round and fasten it over here somewhere. Right, so I'll decide to come to about here. I like the way this is looking. I'll take my belly band around, and I'm going to trim mine off about here. And of course I'm not going to waste that part. Now what I'm going to do is just glue this area. Have a play about with it. You might come up with a different way to do it that you prefer. I think this is really quite fun. So I can just glue this down now. And that way, let's take a tag. I've got my tuck spot here, and the belly band will come round and secure that when it fastens. And then it's as simple as getting a Velcro dot, 2 Velcro dots, 1 hook, 1 loop, stick those together, sticky sides out. And I just want to decide if I'm going to allow any gap there. Now I think I'm going to bring that so it's nice and tightly shut, or fairly tightly shut. So I'll pop my Velcro dot there, bring it round. This is a one-shot thing, so I've got to get this nice and straight. And there we are, there's my belly band on. I'm delighted with it. That looks really, really good, really good. Now what shall I do with this little piece? I'm sure there's something I can do with this little piece. I could make a belly band on the reverse here, couldn't I? Oh no, I'll do it on the inside. Of course I'll do it on the inside. Or shall I go from the top? I quite like that as a way forwards. There we are. I now need more ephemera. Give it here. Let's pop you in. Oh, that's not dry. Pop you in there. Will you fit? Yes, you will. Or I can use this as a writing space. You know, you don't have to do that. I just wanted to use up all my pieces. I've got my stacking. Where should I put those? Put these here. I've got my stacking journaling cards to go in there. You can print out a couple of these pages and make more cards if you want to. I've got my lovely, oh look, that echoes that nicely, doesn't it? Got my little ghost pocket here with that in it. A little space for a little ticket there. And then I've got these. Oh, I've got these spare, look at that. I've got this card here. I'll pop those two under there. They're very nice, aren't they? And I'll pop this one to give a little bit of added interest to this. And like I say, you could stick those together to make a little trifold. And there it is.